Okay, so today we're doing a Python programming tutorial, and we'll be looking at the first set of commands you'll need to learn in order to code with Python. And we will be looking at how to set variables and how to print. Okay, so setting variables is the first thing you need to learn to do in Python. But there's a few basic laws. So for example, you can't start a variable with a number. So if I go 12a equals not valid because I said so. Oh my god, my keyboard's going all over the place. I'm finish that there, and then told it to print 12a. It would not. I'll just save this as YouTube tutorial 1 and go to syntax C because it cannot start with a number. Now to get around this, what we can do is if we want to start it with a number is we use an underscore like so, and now, and of course that's got to be changed as well. So now it will let us print not valid because I said so, which is saved over here. So basically what this equal sign is saying is that 12a is a variable, or it stands for this here. So other things we can do is, I'm pretty sure it can't contain a dot, so A12.3 will not be valid. Oh, put those in the parentheses, which treats it as a string. You need these if you're going to use a word or a sentence. Okay. And then print A12.3, and we'll run that. And like I said, you can't use a decimal point. So that's the basic rules of setting up a variable. And we also can say that we'll create a third variable, third variable. We can call these whatever we want, but for this purpose they can just be whatever. We can call a variable and say that it is the same as the variable above it, and we can then print our third variable, and it will be exactly the same as that, so it'll print that twice. See, over here. And another thing we can do is we can set up a variable as a integer. So for example, variable 4 is equal to 52, and it will treat it as an integer. So again, print variable 4 and you can see it'll still print it, but we can also go, in this case, because it's treating it as an integer, we can then add 3 to whatever the variable is, or whatever we want. That was unlucky. So, for example, it's now adding 34 to 52, which makes it 86. Another thing we can also do is we can make another variable and treat it as another number and add a variable to another variable. And it will then print that variable plus the other variable as one number. Now if you wanted to print two variables on a line, what you would do is just here you go, put the two variables, a comma and then a space, it will print the two variables on the same line. So not valid because I said so, not be valid. Well, I have exceptional grammar. Anyway, we can also use the print command to just print whatever we want, and to do that we put in the parentheses. We can also just use these, but for purposes that I'll explain at another time and day. Hang on, for a purpose that I'll explain at a later date, we will be using the double parentheses, or whatever you want to call them. And what you can do is you can write your sentence in here. Good boys do their homework, and it will print that line. Good boys do their homework. Okay, and again we can print two lines if we want, saying so do girls. Good boys do their homework, and so do girls. And we can also print a variable following a string, and that's basically everything you need to know about the print command and setting variables. Peace.